Hello, everybody, wherever you may be, from coast to coast and sea to shining sea. Welcome back to the Shack. This is Ham Radio Live. Show number 309. Thanks for coming. We're going to help you this weekend with CQ Worldwide. Things to look for, things that might help you, and hopefully things make you successful. Thank you for coming. For wherever you're coming from, please subscribe. I don't monetize the channel. You may see a commercial at the beginning, but there'll be no more. Your way of helping me would be to subscribe so people that have an interest in amateur radio can find this channel. I'd like to welcome you from the four winds of the world, wherever you're coming from. Away we go. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Shack in Oregon. My name's Larry. My lighting is bad, but hello anyway. Welcome to today's show. It's good to see you. We're going to talk today about CQ Worldwide, one of the biggest contests in ham radio of the entire year. We're going to hopefully help you with some tips, also some ideas, and we'll give you the rules as well. But the whole idea of our channel since day one has been to help people get licensed. You know, over 22 people now have received their license through help of the show, and to me, that's pretty amazing. Contact someone like the Radio Society of Great Britain. You can find them online at www.rsgb.org. Make sure and hit the Contact Us bar, and they'll let you know the rest. You just have to let them know where you're located. They'll find a radio club near you, okay? American Radio Relay League, also available at www.arrl.org. Hit the Contact Us bar. In Canada, the Radio Amateurs of Canada, www.rac.ca. In Japan, the Japan Amateur Radio League at www.jarl.org. And for our good mates that are down in Australia, where our spring is there, the Wireless Institute of Australia, www.wia.org. Want to hit the show up with an email, say hello, maybe a question? You can reach me at hamradiolive@gmail.com. And if you'd like to help support the channel and our mission to reach people for ham radio and get them on the air, please help us either on Patreon at Ham Radio Live, or you can hit us up on PayPal at proburbs356@me.com. Welcome to the show. First of all, we do welcomes. We always welcome people, and the first one in gets the Roadrunner. That would be today, all the way in the Netherlands. Look at that. Ian Justice, Papa Alpha Zero, Romeo November Hotel. First one in the house. Welcome to Ham Radio Live. Good to see you, mate. Ian, I hope you're having a wonderful evening there, and truly, it's an honor to have you. Thank you for coming first. My goodness. Adam is here. Jima, Larry, November Yankee 5 Echo. Hi, Adam. Good afternoon to you. Kevin in the UK, Mike Zero, and Mike Charlie Lima. Good to see you. Hola. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I'm learning. Sorry. Tom, all the way in the Middle East. Wow, this guy's in Bahrain. Alpha 92 Golf Whiskey, a long ways away and very late. My goodness, it's almost midnight there. Tom, thank you very much for joining Ham Radio Live today. Thank you. I really mean that. Thanks, Tom. It's a good thing. It's a good thing to see you so late. Andy Cowley's here. His call sign, 2 Echo Zero, Romeo Echo Echo. Also, Anton is back. Hello, my friend. Papa Charlie 4 Alpha Delta. He also says hi to Dad behind me. By the way, Dad went for a Vandy call. He did. You know, while they're free, get them. If you can't, if you're a licensed ham in the U.S., let's say you're a tech or a general or an extra, now you can get your Vandy call still for free. But, after the first of the year, we're not sure what month it's going to be. We'll tell you here when that happens, when the pricing goes up to $35. But he's trying for a Vandy call. We'll see if he gets, he's looking for a Kilo November call. So we'll see if he gets that. So hopefully it works out. Mike is here from Jacksonville. Hello, Mike. Kilo Delta Sioux, Sierra X-Ray Delta. Good to see you. Wow. Look at this. Ali Saleh Alashi. I believe that's it. I hope I didn't disrespect you. Good afternoon to you and welcome to Ham Radio Live. Wow. Alpha 6 1 Delta Delta. Hold on. This is an honor when someone from so far away comes, especially considering it's very, very late where he's at. Let's take a look, because I want to know for sure where we're at, where we're talking to here, because I want to welcome you properly. That's an honor to me that you're here. I mean that. So without knowing all of the amateur radio prefixes of the world, I want to make sure I get yours right. So Ali, thank you for being here. He is coming all the way from, I'm getting special offers, the United Arab Emirates. Wow. My gosh. Ali Saleh, thanks for being here. It's an honor to meet you. Thank you for coming today to Ham Radio Live. It truly is really good to have you. Tom, your arm shoulder seems to be looking better. Man, This is a left-handed show, I'll put it that way. There's so much in this show about CQ Worldwide that my arm, tactile movements really hurt. So I hope you enjoy the show. This is a long one, but it will go over the rules and we'll talk about logging and all that stuff. So I hope you guys like it. Andy New here from the UK, Mike Alpha Hotel 3007 SWL. He's all the way in Bristol, UK. Good to see you. Cheers to you. Also, James Stanley, no notification again. Doggone it. What is going on, James? I don't get that. Mike 7 Bravo X-Ray Tango plus Monty, his pup, are both in the building. Jim's call sign, is Mike 7 Bravo X-Ray Tango, and Monty is Mike 7 X-Ray Tango /K9. Welcome, both of you. Thank you. Thank you so much. What a treat. It's a good day to see you. Thank you all for being here. And my gosh, Ali, thank you. You have truly made my day. Thanks for coming today. We're going to talk about some guests that are coming to the channel to help you, not only in ham radio, but also help you with questions you might have about ham and shortwave. These are great people, some of the best there is in the world to help you. First of all, this Saturday at 20 UTC, this is Randy Hall. His call sign is Kilo 7 Alpha Golf Echo. Excuse me, my mind just went blank. Kilo 7 Alpha Golf Echo. He has a great YouTube channel here. Find him at K7AGE on YouTube. You'll learn about everything from ham radio to broadcasting to the history of broadcasting. Randy, I am so excited to have him come on because he is such a special man with history. Oh, we're in for a treat. Please join us this Saturday. That's noon Pacific, 3 in the East, and 20 UTC, so 8 p.m. in London. Also, Alex will join us from Whiskey 7 Hotel Uniform Radio. That's coming up on November the 6th. We'll talk about his amateur radio channel, plus his trip twice to come from Cuba legally to the United States. It's a very inspiring story. Looking forward to that. Also, look for this. This is going to be great. From ICOM, Will Jourdain, Alpha 4, Whiskey Juliet, from ICOM North America, joins us Saturday, November 20th at 1900 UTC. That should be 20. It should be 20 because we have a time change by then. So make sure you know it's 20 UTC for Will Jourdain. It'll be fun for that. Also, Richard Stubbs from MFJ Live with a discount code for you to buy MFJ products. He's coming Tuesday, November 23rd at 20 UTC. That's noon Pacific in North America. Please join us for Richard Stubbs. Fred Denon comes here on November 27th at 20 UTC. Again, noon Pacific, 8 p.m. London time. Also, Lloyd. Lloyd is the guy in the blue shirt. Mike 5, Lima Delta Foxtrot. He was one of the people who helped make history with the Mary Hare School for the hearing impaired to make a call with astronauts up on the U.S. space station, on the International Space Station. Just unbelievable what he accomplished. We're so excited that he's going to be here to join us for a Ham Radio Live show. That'll be fun. We'll have some good times. Trivia question number 1 today is going to be fun. Worldwide, okay, and you can answer one per person. Worldwide, about how many lightning flashes occur daily? Daily, okay? Is it A, 50,000? Is it B, 280,000? Is it C, 3.57 million? Or D, 8 million lightning strikes? Think about this. Lightning strikes around the world. A, B, C, or D. We'll let you know who gets it correct today. I think you might be surprised at the number. It's pretty amazing. Your weather today powered by ICOM. ICOM for the love of ham and shortwave radio. Here is your A1A, and the numbers are good. Those numbers are coming up. Backside of the sun looks like this. Look at the sunspots. Man, they're everywhere, and they're coming our direction. Coronal holes, we've had a little bit of activity on the sun. Take a look. Last few hours here, we've had an M1.3 and an M1.0. Our A index is going to rise. We're going to see an A index bump because the solar wind is going to hit the earth and it's going to start to affect us a little bit. So look for rising A indexes. K index is down. Beautiful. Going to be great for CQ Worldwide if it stays like this. K1, that's quiet, so it'll be good. MUFs around the world 4 hours ago. Alaska 4.01, Boulder at 26.22, Chickamauga, Peru at 26.78, Ascension Island almost at 40 megs. Look at that, 39.16. Hermana, South Africa at 22.72. Athens, Greece, going into darkness was at 27.09. Knife Island, 14.52. And Darwin, Australia, in the middle of the night, 20.69. Amazing. Current MUFs, Alaska is at 19.61. See how they change. These change every 15 minutes. And the next MUF map will help you to understand where to work when. Okay. Alaska is 19.61. Boulder is at 23.85, so it's down 3 megahertz, 3 kilohertz. Chickamauga, Peru at 21.68. Ascension Island going into darkness at 31.22. Hermana, South Africa at 22.72. Athens, Greece down to 13.31. Nive Island at 22.59. And look at Darwin, 13.51. They'll be over 30 megs today. The MUF map from Kilo Charlie 2 Golf. Okay, throughout North America, you're going to be able to run 22 to 27 megahertz. Up in Alaska, you can get 17 to 19 megs up there. And take a look at the pipeline. It goes right into North Africa and Southern Europe. Europe, you're running 12 to 15 megahertz, depending upon where you're at. If you're south part, maybe you're in the Middle East, about 13 megahertz. So that's the current MUFs out there right now. And really, you can make some amazing calls because we have some excellent conditions. SFI 105. Beautiful. And we've waited for that. The SFI has been below 100. Actually, it's easier to say this. The SFI has been 3 digits 6 times this year. That's it, just 6. So this is an amazing day to work on your ham and shortwave radio. Solar number, again, that's not the number of sunspots. It's how they count the sunspots and the groups, is at 81. Your A index is 5. It will rise today. K is 1. BZ latitude, positive 4.5, which is excellent. Solar wind is down to 342.6 kilometers per second. Moon bouncers have excellent working conditions. And you can see 80 to 15 looks good. I think you might get 12. You might squeeze 10 in the Northern Hemisphere. Look at the solar flare probability, 48%. And again, that's because we've had some M-class flares. Your ham radio and shortwave forecast for today, powered by ICOM. ICOM for the love of ham radio. Daytime ham radio bands today, voice. Northern Hemisphere, 20, 17, 15, 12, and possible 10 meters. Equatorial latitudes, you get it all. 20, 17, 15, 12, and 10. Southern Hemisphere, 20, 17, 15, 12, and 10. If you're working data, you get it 30 to 10 meters, all latitudes. Tonight on the ham bands, work 160, 80, 75, 60, 40, 30. Best DX is on 40 meters overnight, but 20 at sunset. Remember, great conditions on sunset time, gray line. Man, you'll make some great calls. Shortwave bands, 31, 25, 22, and 19 during the day. Tonight, shortwave, 120, 90, 75, 60, 49, 41, 31, 25, 22. And if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, you should have about a 50% chance of 19 meters open about an hour after sunset. If you're in the mid-latitudes, that's tropic to tropic, or in the Southern Hemisphere, you got a 100% chance of 19 meters for an hour after sunset today. All right, let's get back to that trivia question because y'all are answering pretty quick and a lot of comments. Worldwide, about how many lightning flashes occur daily? This is daily, okay? By the way, welcome to BMC Tackle. That's Lewis, Kilo 7, Alpha Golf. Welcome to the show. Andy Cowley from the UK, answer C. By the way, Europe right now is in the lead, 115 to 105. Before the end of the month, we'll see who wins. So, Andy, it is not C, 3.75. Tom in Bahrain, Alpha 92 Golf Whiskey says D, 8 million. He is absolutely correct. Wow. Tomo, you did it. You did it. Wow. Yep. 8 million lightning strikes occur daily on average. That's true. Yeah. It's interesting thing about lightning strikes. Let me tell you a little bit about that because it's kind of interesting when you kind of look at this, okay? There's about 100 lightning bolts that strike the Earth's surface every second. It's about 8 million per day and 3 billion per year, believe it or not. Congratulations to Bahrain. They got it right. So, Tom, let us know what continent you're going to give it to. Right now, Europe has the lead at 115, and our friends in North America are at 115, and North America is at 105. Mike answered B. Lewis answered D. Welcome to Swordfish Radio. He's here first timer. Welcome. He said C for me as well. 3.75 mil. Close. Kevin in UK said A. Kjell in Norway. Welcome, Kjell. He answered it right. D. Andy in the UK answered C. Anton answered C. James answered C. You guys are brilliant. You know what? That's hard to do because, you're talking lightning strikes here, right? On average, how many per day? Wow. 8 million. Who knew? Want to welcome our dear friend from Germany. That is Gunther. His call sign is Delta Kilo 5, Oscar November Victor, and he's still working DX. He goes out in the countryside late, and he'll work lots of DX. So Look for his call sign, DK50NV. Also, a very fine YouTube channel that you don't want to miss. Find him here on YouTube at DK50NV. Welcome, Gunter. Good to see you. Happy Tuesday, fellas. Patriot Canadian Ham is here. Eh? How goes it? That is so Canadian. Eh? Well, we're going to talk a little bit today about CQ Worldwide. And as much as we can talk about it, how to work it, the rules, how to log it. And yesterday, Andy had a really good question. He says, how do I work a pileup? That's a great question. And we talked a little bit about that. And we'll go over a little bit of that today. But I do want you to understand not only the rules of CQ Worldwide, but what it is. It's one of the biggest contests in ham radio the entire year. So I hope you guys enjoy the show. Adam says, heck, Larry, we have over 35,000 per day here in Florida alone. I bet. Yeah, Florida. It's just because it's warm. You know, the waters around Florida are warm and the cold air tries to come down and it gets in the front. It just makes lots of lightning strikes. So, yeah, that makes sense. Anton, Papa Charlie 4 Alpha Delta. We haven't seen lightning for quite some time. Months there. Wow. Gunter, DK50NB. Beep, beep. Okay, Gunter, you asked for it. There you go. There you go. All right. Want to also welcome Cliff Bolts from state of Virginia. His call sign is Whiskey Delta 4 Oscar Bravo Papa. And Kevin, I was only 7,950,000 out. You were close, right? That's all just a game anyway. So congratulations to Tom. Let us know what continent that goes to, okay? We'll get you a second trivia question before we get into the whole thing about CQ Worldwide. You'll like this one. Okay, where did the end-fed ZEP antenna derive its name? And don't answer D, okay? A, from its inventor, Heinrich von Zepp. Was it B, from a trailing antenna design used on Zeppelin dirigibles? Was it C, from the city of its invention, Zeppenheim, Germany? Or was it D, named by its inventor, guitarist Jimmy Page of the band Led Zeppelin? It's terrible.
Space, the final front.
Exactly. Answer A, B, C, or D. Let me know which one you think is right. We'll let you know who gets it right, okay? First one in, Cliff Bolts answers with B. That would be from a trailing antenna design used on Zeppelin dirigibles. And Cliff, oh my gosh, Cliff, you came right in. You got it right away. You're right. Congratulations to my mate Cliff. Well done, buddy. That's great. Yeah. It was just an old antenna. They hung from dirigibles. And, you know, they were able to make calls that way. That way they could tell, you know, their condition, you know, if there's a problem, they could communicate with people. It was just simply their ham radio antenna. The unfed ZEP, short for Zeppelin antenna, is as popular today as it was when the Germans developed it for use in the Zeppelin airships. One of the major advantages to an end-fed ZEP is that, as the name suggests, fed from the end rather than the center like a dipole. Works like a charm. ZEP antennas. Really cool. So congratulations to Cliff Bolts. Also, a lot of people got that right besides Cliff. Let's welcome them too. Cliff got it right. So did Tom. Andy says, you got to get Dad a chair. I think he's got one. He's got one. He just wants to stand up. Tom also answered B. So did Adam. Mike got A. And Ton got B. Swordfish B. It must be. And you are correct on that. Kel in Norway's here. Welcome, Kel. Happy Tuesday evening to you. You got B as well. Kevin. Thank you, Gunter. Gunter in Germany. You got it right. You better get that right. Yeah, it was off of Zeppelin in Germany. Good. Andy got B. So did Andy. New. We got a new one here. This is great. Welcome, Mike 0, Oscar Papa X-Ray, Amateur Radio. Hi, Larry and everyone else from Colin in windy West Lothian. That is in the UK. Welcome. Thanks for coming. I mean that. Thank you. Thank you. And Swordfish asks, what's a dirigible? That's a great question. If you remember, you might be a little too young to remember the Hindenburg, but back in the 20s and 30s, they had major airships. They were giant balloons, but they were shaped very long. Okay. They were, gosh, it's hard to show you on the camera here. So imagine something that's way long, shaped like a football kind of, and then underneath it was the place where people sat. Well, there would be an antenna hanging from the end of it. And that's how they would make calls to people, making sure that they knew where they were. It was a balloon. It was filled with hydrogen. And unfortunately, when the Hindenburg crashed, that was kind of the end of Zeppelins. They weren't used so much. So let's talk real quick about CQ Worldwide. It's coming up this weekend. Here's a contest calendar for this weekend. You can see there, you're not going to find really any, contest like, a state QSO party because CQ Worldwide's here. It's down at the very bottom where that long blue line is. Okay, let's take a look at the contest up close. All right, CQ Worldwide DX, it's sideband. Okay, so only sideband, not Morse code, not digital. Okay, so this is just voice from 0 Zulu October 30th to 2359 Zulu October 31st. It's going to be on 160, 80, 40, 20, 15, and 10 meters. So if you don't like contesting, go on 12, go on 17, you can go on 60 if you want to. But, this is going to be on 160, 80, 40, 20, 15, and 10. Lots of different, lots of different classes for CQ Worldwide. Maximum power, 1500 watts for high power. Low power is 100 or less. QRP is 5 watts, okay? Going down a little more, you can see the exchange is going to be your signal report plus your CQ zone number. Okay, if you don't know your CQ zone number, just simply type in on your search engine for the internet, CQ zone number map, okay? And then it's going to show you what zone number you're in. That's going to be your exchange, okay? QSO points, you can see how they score it. 0 points per QSO with same country. Now, it can count as a multiplier, though. Multipliers can help you get a higher score. 1 point per QSO with different country, same continent. So, say, for example, you're in Germany and you contact England. Okay, 1 point. 2 points per QSO with different country, same continent, North America. All right. 3 points per QSO with different continent. So, when you contact a different continent, say you're in the US and you contact Europe, you get 3 points. Okay. Multipliers, each CQ zone once per band. Each country once per band. Total score equals QSO points times the total multipliers. And you have to submit your log by 2359 Zulu on November the 5th. We're going to take a look at the rules for CQ Worldwide because they are vast. And I want you guys to understand it. Plus, I want you to understand also how to log it because they require what's called a Cabrio log. You can convert your QRZ log if you use QRZ. You can export it to a Cabrio file if you want to, or you can use a logging software like N1MM. We're going to talk about that today. All right. So hopefully you guys will, get a good idea for that. Tom says, give the group to the points who are behind. Okay, Tom. So that's the US. North America, excuse me. So that would make it then 115 to 110. Good job. That's good. No, and Cliff got it right too. Excuse me. That means it's a tie game, 115. My goodness. Tom's always nice. He's like, give it to the people who are behind. That's pretty cool. Andy knew. Oh gosh, the Hindenburg's SWR must have been way high. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. Robert Varner, welcome. He is located in the Twilight Zone, and we're great.
What is going on here?
Welcome, my friend. It's good to see you, Robert. I'm in the Twilight Zone, enjoying the show. All right, let's get through the CQ Worldwide rules so you understand how it's done, because some people may not know the rules. So I clicked on the rules for you, and there's a lot of them. This took a long time to do, so please bear with me, okay? First of all, here are the rules. The objective is for amateurs around the world to contact as many other amateurs in as many CQ zones and countries as possible. This means the bands will be jam-packed this weekend. 6 bands only, 160, 80, 40, 20, 15, and 10. Observance of established band plans is strongly encouraged. Contest exchange, SSB is signal report plus CQ zone number of the station location. Example given, 5905. So if your CQ zone was 05, that would be it, 5905. And you'll see people doing this. If you hear it, on Saturday, Sunday, you're going to hear real quick, 5901, 5919, 5920, whatever. And that's all. And then they'll say QRZ because they want the next call. This one, they work fast. So please understand, if you catch this, you're going to hear people working quickly. All right. It is very, very competitive. Okay. Scoring. The final score is a result of the total QSO points multiplied by the sum of zone and country multipliers. Example, let's say I have 1,000 QSO points, 30 zones plus 70 countries equals 100,000 for a final score. So multipliers matter. And we're going to show you how you can find out about multipliers, because people are going to be confused. Okay, what's a multiplier? We've got a great video from Callum McCormick, M0MCX, over at DX Commander today to share with you. I'm excited to show that. Yeah. It's going to explain how to use N1MM, and I would recommend, if you're going to use a software, use N1MM. It'll help you, okay? Contacts between stations on different continents count for 3 points. Contacts between stations on the same continent but in different countries count as 1 point. Now, there's an exception. Contacts between stations in different countries within the North American boundaries count as 2 points. So if you're in the U.S., you contact Canada, you get 2 points. If you contact Mexico, 2 points, okay? Contacts made between stations in the same country have 0 QSO point value, but count for zone and country multiplier credit. So there is an incentive for you to work people in your own country. All right. Now there are 2 types of multipliers. Okay, and we'll go over that right now. Zone, a multiplier of 1 for each different CQ zone contacted on each band. Okay, so the CQ worked all zones rules are the standard. So you want to work, all zones if possible. Second is country, a multiplier of 1 for each different country contacted on each band. Okay, each band. So that means, let's say you contact Gunter, DK50NV on 40, and then you contact him on 20. That's a multiplier because you contact him on another band. Okay, the DXCC entry list worked all Europe multiplier list plus IG9/IH9 and continental boundaries are the standards for defining country multipliers. Maritime mobile stations count only for a zone multiplier. Keep that in mind, okay? The categories, single operator categories, which many of you would do, okay? One person, the operator, performs all operating and logging functions. There's no limit on operating time or band changes. Only one transmitted signal is permitted at any time, okay? If you are a single operator, QSO finding assistance of any kind is prohibited. So single operator people, you can't use DX spotting networks to try and find more signals. You're simply using your radio. High power, all band, single band. Total output power must not exceed 1,500 watts. So Canada, I know you got 2250 up there, but you got to be at 1,500 or less. Low power, all band or single band, total output power must not exceed 100 watts. QRP, all band or single band. This is important for QRP folks, okay? This is not a 10-watt QRP thing. This is 5 watts, period, okay? Single operator assisted, entrants in this category may use QSO finding assistance. So let's say you want to work single op assisted. This gives you the chance to work, DX heat or a spotting network to find signals, okay? High power assisted, same, 1,500 watts or less. Low power is 100, QRP is 5. Single operator overlay category. This is important. Any single operator entrant who meets the requirements may also enter one of the categories shown below by adding the appropriate category overlay line in the Cabrio log file. We'll talk about that in a moment. Overlay category entries will be listed separately in the results, scored as all bands and grouped by high power and low power, which includes QRP. Classic operator. The entrant will use only one radio, no QSO finding assistance, and may operate up to 24 of the 48 hours. You see, if you're entering the classic category, you can work up to 24 hours. Off times are a minimum of 60 minutes during which no QSO is logged. So if you take a break, you need to take at least a 1-hour break. If the log shows more than 24 hours of operation, only the first 24 hours will be counted for the overlay score. Receiving while transmitting is prohibited. So dual VFO people, you got to use only one. Signal operator assisted entries are not eligible for this category. Okay, rookie. The operator was first licensed as a radio amateur less than 3 years before the date of the contest. So folks that were licensed, in 2018 before October, before October 30, 31st, you can enter the rookie category, all right? Indicate the date first licensed in the soapbox field. Previous rookie winners are ineligible for plaques in this category. Finally, youth. The operator was 25 years old or younger at the start of the contest. indicate the birth year in the soapbox field. And that again will be in the N1MM software. Multi-operator categories, all band operation only. Okay? Any number of operators is allowed in this. QSO finding assistance is also allowed. Only one transmitted signal, however, per band is permitted at any time. So you can't have two people on 20 meters. You can have one on 40 and one on 20, one on 20, one on 15, etc., right? Multi-single, only one transmitted signal on one band permitted during any 10-minute period. Run station/signal. Exception is one and only one other transmitted signal, multiplier station/single, may be used during any 10-minute period if and only if it's on a different band from the run transmitter and the station worked as a new multiplier. So you've got to be on a different band, okay? And you can work for 10 minutes. That's it, period. The run and multiplier transmitter are governed by the independent 10-minute rules. 10-minute periods begin with the first QSO on a band. The log must indicate which station and signal runner transmitter made each QSO. The multiplier station signal may not call CQ. That's a deal. The multiplier signal cannot call CQ you're chasing, okay? Please be sure to read the multi-signal facts question, frequently asked questions at cqww.com/rules_FAQ-.htm. Need a drink. A lot to talk about. So, like with any contest, lots of different things you can do. There's many categories you can enter. You can even be in a time restricted one for 24 hours of the 48 hours only, but you have to take an hour break. See, reading the rules is very, very important. It helps you understand how this works. And I have more for you. It'll help you. Al Gross, welcome all the way. Wow, made it to Flagstaff. Al, welcome. Whiskey Bravo Zero Alpha Lima. I always give Al, applause because he's a truck driver and he works hard. Yeah. Al works really hard. He sets up his station at motels he stays at. So he's worked, driven all day, takes a break, and then he goes and sets up his gear. Al, it's a pleasure to have you here. Thank you. Mike Zero, Oscar Papa X-Ray, Amateur Radio. November 3, Foxtrot Juliet Papa is good if you have it. Basic and easy to use. There you go. There is a logging software. Helps you out. Good. Sprays the like button with WD-40 to make it work better. Thank you so much, man. It's funny.
Oh. That's just what they'll be expecting us to do.
Thanks, Gunter. It's good to have you, brother. All right, let's keep getting into this. So there's a lot to CQ worldwide. This is why it took so long to run the show, because there's so much in the rules. And I want you to understand it. Plus, I want you to understand how to log it. This is a huge contest. Of sideband, this is the biggest one of the year. So you need to understand not only the rules, but so much more. So let's get into the rest of this, okay? High power, again, no more than 1,500 watts. Low power must be 100 watts or less. Now, if you're in a multi-2 station, a maximum of 2 transmitted signals may be used at any time, and they may be on 2 different bands. The log must indicate which station/signal made each QSO. Each station/signal may make a maximum of 8 band changes in any clock hour. Okay? Total output power must not exceed 1,500 watts on any band at any time. And we're going to go over, all of this plus the penalties if you mess up. Try and, work the rules the wrong way. Multi stations. The 6 contest bands, again, 160, 80, 40, 20, 10, and 12. Sorry, 15 and 10, excuse me. So 160, 80, 40, 20, 15, and 10. That's the 5. So make sure you're not going over 1,500 watts. Multi. The 6 contest bands may be activated simultaneously. Only 1 transmitted signal per band is permitted at any time. Total output power must not exceed 1,500 watts. If you're high power, multi-2, a maximum of 2 transmitted signals may be used at any time, and they must be on 2 different bands. So multi-2, you got to be on 2 different bands. The log must indicate which station/signal made each QSO. Each station/signal may make a maximum of 8 band changes, again, within 1 hour. And you can't exceed 1,500 watts. All right. Explorer. This is a neat category. The Explorer category allows amateurs to participate in the CQ Worldwide contest while encouraging innovation in operating strategies, station design, and technology adaptation. If you'd like more rules about the Explorer, you can reach them at this link, which is cqww.com/explorer.htm. Explorer category is pretty cool. Okay, 5, check log. Entry submitted to assist with the log checking. The entry will not have a score in the results and the log will not be made public. Awards. A single band log will be eligible for a single band award only. Say, for example, you only work 20. That's a single band award. You only work 40. It's a single band award, but you can't change frequencies. That's the deal. A log containing more than one band will be judged as an all-band entry unless specified as a single band entry. Okay? Certificates. Electronic certificates will be made available for download for everyone that submits an entry, which is cool. Everybody gets an entry, certificate. Plaques. Plaques are awarded for top performance in a number of categories. View the current list of plaques and sponsors at cqww.com/plaques.html. Only one plaque will be awarded per entry. A station winning a plaque will not be considered for a sub-area award. The plaque will be awarded to the runner-up in that area. Okay, clubs. The club score is the total aggregate score from logs submitted by members. There are 2 separate club competition categories. One is USA clubs. Participation is limited to club members residing within a 250-mile radius circle from the center of the club area. So you can work, remote, but you got to be within 250 miles. DX clubs. Participation is limited to club members residing within either the DXCC country where the club is located or within a 400-kilometer radius circle from the center of that club. All right? General club rules. National organizations, example given JARL, REF, DARC, are not eligible for the club competition. Single operator entries may only contribute to one club. Multi-operator scores may be allocated to multiple clubs as a percentage of the number of club members participating in the operation. The log entry must spell out the full club name and club allocations if multi-operator class is used. Okay? A minimum of 4 logs must be received for a club to be listed in the results. Check log entries are not counted for the club score. The word reside shall be defined as to dwell permanently or continuously or to occupy a place as a person's fixed, permanent, and principal home for legal purposes. Okay. Definition of term. Station location, the area in which the transmitter, receivers, and antennas are located. That's pretty obvious. All transmitter, receivers, and amplifiers must be within a single 500-meter diameter circle. So you got to be careful with how far you are. Antennas must be physically connected by RF transmission lines to the transmitters and receivers. QSO finding assistance is very important for CQ Worldwide. This is very important for rules. Okay? The use of any technology or other source that provides call signs or multiplier identification, like N1MM software, of a signal to the operator. That's QSO finding assistance. This includes, but is not limited to, the use of a CW decoder, DX cluster, DX spotting web, DX summit, etc. Local or remote call sign and frequency decoding technology, CW skimmer, reverse beacons, and stuff like that, or operating arrangements involving other individuals. So you can't do it. You can't use, if you're going to use CQ finding assistance, you're in a different class. So don't use like DX heat or DX summit, something like that, if you're going to run in the class that doesn't permit it. General rules. Entrants must participate within the limits of their chosen category when performing any activity that could impact their submitted score. A different call sign must be used for each entry. Only the entrance call sign may be used to aid the entrance score. Do not exceed the total output power limitation of the chosen entry category in any band. Remember, UK, you can use 400 watts. Remember how much your power limit is if you're in a country that's less than 1,500. You can't transmit at 1,500 just for this contest. If your current country only allows you to work at 400, you'll have to work 400. Self-spotting or asking to be spotted is not permitted. That's illegal. So you can't self-spot. That means asking someone to say, hey, I'm on 14,195. Put on the spotting network. That's not permitted. Self-spotting is illegal. Number 5, remote operation is permitted. So let's say you have a Flex radio and a Maestro, or maybe using an ICOM rig and you've got the remote software, you're working off a tablet. It's permitted if the physical location of all transmitters, receivers, and antennas are at one station location. So let's say you're downstairs, relaxing in your recliner, working the contest. That's fine. A remotely operated station must obey all station license, operator license, and category limitations, all right? The call area, it's very important. The call sign used must be the one issued or permitted at the regulatory authority of the station location. In layman's terms, that means you must use your normal call sign whenever you're transmitting. Okay. 6, remote receivers outside of the station location are not permitted. Okay. Number 7, only one signal on a band is allowed at any time. When 2 or more transmitters are present on the same band, a hardware device must be used to prevent more than one signal at any time. Alternating CQs on 2 or more frequencies on a band is not permitted. Again, you must not work 2 stations on 20, for example, or 40, okay? You've got to be in different bands. All requests for contacts, responses to calls, and copying of call signs and contest exchanges must be accomplished during the contest period using the mode and frequencies of the contest. All right. There's a lot of rules. I know. We're almost done. All right, almost done. All requests for contacts, you've got all that. Correction of logged call signs and exchanges after the contest by use of any database, recordings, email, or other methods is not allowed. Meaning you can't email your friends in ham radio and say, okay, let's run on 14.310. We're going to make calls. You can't do that. That's kind of like self-spotting. Number 9, correction of logged calls and exchanges after the contest by use of any database, recordings, email, or other methods is also not allowed. Number 10, this involves Europe, Africa, and the Middle East. Region 1 stations transmitting on the 40-meter band above 7.2 kilohertz during the SSB phone contest is not permitted. As much as you'd like to make the call at 7.205, you can't. Your band ends at 7.2 in Region 1. All right? So for ITU Region 1 stations transmitting below 1810 kilohertz during the contest, also not permitted because we have shortwave there. Okay? See what I'm saying? Last piece, log instructions. Electric submission of logs is required for all entrants. The log must show the following for each contact. Correct date and time in UTC, frequency or band, call sign of the station worked, exchange sent, and exchange received. A call without all required information may be reclassified to check log. Contacts should be logged at the time they are completed. Stations competing for World and Continent Awards must provide actual frequencies for all contacts in the log. Single band entrants are required to include all contacts made during the contest period, even if on other bands. Only contacts made on the band specified in the Cabrio header will be considered for scoring purposes. Logs with contacts only on one band will be classified as single band entries. Okay, remember, single band is different than working other, classes of this contest. It means you're only going to use one of the 6 bands. That's it. Say you want to stay on 40. That means you're going to be on 40 the whole contest, or 20 the whole contest. But you're only going to work a single band. Other categories, you can enter a different category. Work all of them. You're 160, 80, 75, 40, 20, 15, 15 and 10. Do whatever you want. So getting back, I don't want to forget your comments because there's a lot of stuff here. And I know that. So I don't want you guys to, mess that up. Robert, break the rules and end up in ham radio jail. Don't do that. Don't do that. Whew. Lewis in Heber City, Utah. Hardest thing about ham radio is documenting call signs, fast talking and noise, challenging for sure. LOL. And we're going to talk about that. It's a long show. We're going to talk about that. Work at your own pace. Really, work at your own pace. Don't let people push you. Okay. Because you remember, you're in a contest. People are going to go 5912. Signal report, zone number. That's it. 5912. And then if you're the station making the calls, you'll say, for example, I'm Kilo 7 Hotel November. I'd say Kilo 7 Hotel November, QRZ. That says, again, QRZ means who is calling me. So you're now asking for calls. Make sure when you make a call, if you're lucky enough to be on one of the frequencies and it's open, make sure and say QRZ. That means people will call you. Okay, and there'll be plenty of them. So make sure you know your zone number, and just give a 5.9. You don't have to be silly and just go, I think it's about I'd say about a 3x3, and I'm zone number 5. Don't do that. Just say 5.95, because speed is important in contesting, and you'll learn it. You'll get your pace. Try and relax. It's just ham radio. It's just supposed to be fun. So just have some fun with it. It's really important. All right. We had someone taking an extra exam. Hold on a second. Let me take a look. I go up here and take a look at this extra exam person. Hold on. You can't find somebody who's looking for an extra exam. Sorry. Well, whoever it is, good luck to you. I really believe that, because I really do. Don't let people con you into not getting the extra, because you get all the frequencies in, and you can do it. 50 questions, you can miss 13. Work at it. Picture yourself there. I mean, when I studied, I got all 3 in one sitting, and they said it couldn't be done. On my wall, right behind this monitor, I have the score sheet where they all signed it, and it shows all 3 licenses. They'd never done that before. Just because they haven't seen it done before doesn't mean you can do it. Picture it. Work hard. Get it. You'll be surprised. Really well. VK Radio Ham, third continent's in the house. That's Australia. We actually have 4. Because Ali is here from the Middle East. Welcome. Tom and Ali. Lepa made it. His call sign, Victor Kilo 3, Golf Echo Kilo. Good to see you. Tom, relays on a bit of honor system. As for 7.2, again, this is IARU Region 1. This would be Europe, Middle East, and Africa. That's Region 1. He says, as for 7.2 megahertz, we are lucky if we don't hear rogue commercial broadcasting between 7.1 and 7.2. Yeah, because it's shortwave. Exactly. You're right. Andy News says, good luck to all in your QSO contest entrance. I'll be listening, and it'll be packed. It's going to be packed. The bands, especially 20, 15, 40, at night, you're going to have a hard time finding a place to call CQ. They will be everywhere. And as Gray Line comes in, right, and say you got a place on Gray Line, and you're planning to work, say, 40, and it's not dark yet, but you want to work 40. You may find that somebody else with a lot more power is already on your frequency, and when Gray Line comes and nighttime hits, that person's already there calling CQ and making lots of calls. Try and be courteous. If someone's there, move. But if you're there, our rules say to give it away, to just move frequencies. Contests are different. Callum even said last weekend, he stayed on 80 and didn't let someone push him off. If you're there first, we're supposed to say move, but some people can be very aggressive in contests. So don't get pushed around. Okay. Don't do that. Mike, it's you that's taking the extra. Okay. Mike, good luck. You'll get it. Good luck. Good luck on the extra. I'm glad you're going for that. You'll like that. All right. Let's take a look at logging. You can log in QRZ if that's what you want to use, QRZ. And then you export the file in Cabrio. Okay. So you go up to File, and there'll be Export, and then you pick Cabrio Log. Another way to do it, if you don't mind using spotting networks and having all the assistance in the world, where stations are located, where they're at, what your scores are, multiplier information, all of that, you can use N1MM software. Here's Callum McCormick from DX Commander explaining exactly how it's done.
5 up.
5 up.
Go 50 extra Tango. Delta Lima 0 Lima Alpha portable.
Yeah, Delta Lima 0 Lima Alpha portable. Nice to meet you. 50976.
Okay, I know this filled. I know it's filled with a lot of stuff. He's going to go over everything that's on that screen. If you look below his picture, you're going to see that's the spotting cluster. That's where people are, okay? In the bottom center is where you log. That's where you put in the log, the call sign, the signal report, and maybe a comment, all right? If you end up getting spotted and a multiplier's hit, at the bottom right corner, that's where that's at. And there in the center right, okay, that's just simply his rig, his Kenwood. He's using a 990, and that's out of his video output so you can see what's going on. He'll explain everything to you. Callum is one of the best in the world in ham radio. Watch what he's talking about. and you'll see why N1MM is really good to use for something like CQ Worldwide.
See you again, 59925.
925. Good luck. Bye.
Oscar Echo 7.
Morning, chaps. So a lot of people wanting to know exactly when I live stream what all this is. Okay, all the what it all means. So this program in the main, right? What you can see, this one here in the middle of the screen, is N1MM. Help about. So that's it. N1MM Logger Plus, because they used to be just N1MM. And what I do is I run, this is the main sort of logging window, you know, M0MCX, whatever, and then I put their name in. He's called Callum, and he's in Solihull. And I just hit return. And how I do that, of course, M0MCX, I don't tab across, I just hit the space bar. If I want to change his report, I just shift tab back, and he's 5 and 7. I am on, I'm actually transmitting right now on 34332. Maybe it should be 34334, you know, because this window here, middle right, the black bit, is just the DVI output from the TS990, and that just shows you, and it goes through an HDMI capture card, and then it goes through a USB 3 port, and it comes into here, and I run a little program. So if I get rid of me here, for instance, I'll show you how I do that. I just run a little program called CamDesk, which is no longer supported, but I've got a copy of it on my website. And I can capture any video and just put it there, look. So that works quite well. It just means I've got imagery and capture card without borders. Anyway, so this is my, that's how I log. Now, if I did actually find M0MCX and he was calling CQ, but I couldn't get through to him, and I spinned my dial, my VFO, which I'm about to do now, I've just moved, it'll leave a spot here in red. It's only in red because if I go up further and I do EK1ABC, he's in blue. Or why is that? That's because, actually, even though I am in England, the first time I copy this M0MCX guy is going to be a multiplier. So all the red ones on the left-hand side here are multiplier, new countries. The blue one means I've already had that country, but I haven't worked him yet. And the grey ones mean that I've worked them, and they just sort of greyed out. I can click them, and the computer will tell the radio to retune. So if we go to Ocean Echo 7 XK Japan stroke portable, it's probably there. Try another one.
It's contest.
Yeah, so I've already had him, you see. Let's spin back up. So if I pick, say, Sugar 53, here he is here, Queen stroke portable, he'll tell me on that band, because I've already had him here, look, middle of the screen, on the slightly to the left. I've already had him, so it's a duplicate. However, I use this for a general logging, so I don't care if it's a duplicate. That's quite handy. That says to me, we've worked before, I should have captured his name. Because I'm in a general logging program here. I'll tell you how to get you to a particular contest in a minute. This map here is part of, where is it? Grey line. There it is. It's part of N1MMM. That's actually the log window there, and the ones at the bottom are telling me if I've called, let's say, M0MSN, Mike. It'll come up all the time, so I've copied Mike, look, you see. At top right is the cluster. That's just what's coming through. I run the cluster just so I can see what's going on. I don't really give a shit about it, actually, but I run it anyway because it populates my band map. And I can see if I'm accidentally too close to someone or not. This here on the right is if you start typing, let's start typing Lee's call, M0, no, he's G0MTN, Lee. It's come up in red. Yep, he's definitely... But it's also saying, well, it could be G0MT0 or G0MNN or RTN or MT0. Because the database that captures this is called Super Check Partial. And that's kept updated annually with anybody that's ever in a contest, okay? So in other words, if I put M0MSN in, it knows it's because it's not in Super Check Partial, Mike. But what it is in, it's in my own log, so it's come up in red. But also, if I do G0 question mark Tango November, it's because I don't know what the question mark is. It says, well, it could either be Mike Tango November or Radio Tango November. If I just click Lee's, it'll sort it for me. And over on the right, and you've seen before if you followed my live stream, that this is where I get, you can see various information and how many contacts I've made per hour, how many minutes it's taken to do 10, and a few other things. This actually expands out. And it also tells me how much time I've had since the last QSO, and that I'm M0XXT at the moment. It's quite nice. If somebody spots you, you get a big warning there. You've been spotted. It's a bit of fun. Sorry, I'm on Vox here. I normally on the right here, where I've got Notepad running, I leave the chat, don't I? The YouTube chat. Now, I've got a 2 VFO radio here, and if I've got a bigger monitor and I wasn't live streaming, I can actually have both VFOs up. So I can have another band map. Look, that's 14 meters now, so I could have that over here, for instance. Oops, I could have that over there, for instance. I could go to dual VFOs. And I can spin up and down on 20 meters now. Which is the beauty, I'll switch that off, of having something like a DX commander or an antenna that does all bands, because you can have multiple VFOs going on the one aerial, you know. So that's pretty cool. And again, if I click on that, it would retune the VFO on the radio, blah, blah, blah. So in a nutshell, that's what it is. And the only other thing is you can have various logs within the log. So I started off last night using a DX serial number log, which changed my, so G0MTN. It automatically was populating my next number was going to be 8. Then I could put his number in. Lee normally beats me, so I'll give him 2,987. And then he might give you a comment. Yeah, thanks a lot. I'll see you at 7:30 or whatever. That's just a basic comment you can put in if you want to, you know. Now, Alt W, because I'm going to wipe that. File, open the log. DX, that's what I normally use just for this, which gives me a name and a comment. It's in the main for SSB. That's all I'm interested in. Hopefully that's just give you an inkling of what goes on in my world when I'm playing on the radio. So, my name's Callum from DX Commander. Enjoy your radio. I'm enjoying mine. Bye for now.
Yeah, great. That's Callum McCormick. Find him online here on YouTube at DX Commander. He makes an incredible line of antenna products. We had Callum as a guest a week ago Wednesday. Find him online at DX Commander. You'll learn a lot about ham radio. You really will. But that's the N1MM. It's really a helpful software because it not only will log your stuff, but it will also help you to know where your multipliers are. Nice way to do it. You know, if you go with that, you know, that class where you're going to be using, you know, helper, you know, like multipliers, spotting networks, you can do that, but you'll be in a different class. So let me go ahead and show you real quick. N1MM does allow you to export to Cabrio. I want to show you that part because I think it's important for you guys to understand that you can do this, okay? Now, again, please forgive me. I'm using my left hand to do the show, and it's kind of hard to get everything perfect, but I'm doing the best I can for you, okay? Let me open up a new scene. You're going to see the radio. The screen will go black, and then I'll change it. You'll see what I'm talking about. All right. So we're going to make the screen go black, and I'll show you, first of all, the first piece from N1MM. And this is what you'll see if you go online, and it works on both PC and Mac. Here's N1MM software. You just go to N1MM Logger Plus and you download it. That's it. Okay. It will do everything for you once you log it in. Okay. And then when you get to the part, because again, remember, CQ Worldwide's looking for a Cabrio format. All right. If we go in deeper, how to create Cabrio files, you select file at the top of the screen and then generate Cabrio file. That's it. Make sure that your station information, config, change your station data, and overall contest setup are correct. And what that means is there's an area where you make your calls where you can put the contest in. Make sure if you're using N1MM, QRZ, Log with the World, that you're using CQ Worldwide. That's it for SSB. CQ Worldwide SSB. Select that and log your calls, because that way it'll keep everything on the same contest, and you'll be able to log it perfectly into a Cabrio format. That's the best advice I can give you for logging. You really need to do that, because if you don't do that, say for example you start making calls, and you can change it, you can do that. Say you start making calls at, I don't know, let's say midnight, and at 2 a.m. you realize, oh man, I'm still on contact or contest information none. I need to change that. Just go and edit your files. Go up to the first one where it says contest, select CQ Worldwide SSB, enter. And that's all you have to do. And the same thing with N1MM. Just make sure it says CQ Worldwide SSB, because that's what's this weekend. Okay? Mike and by the way, I want to welcome, and he hasn't been here for a while, and we've missed you, Toby. It's good to see you. Toby's here from Germany. Delta Oscar 1, Tango Oscar Bravo, and by gosh, we're glad to see you. Thanks, Toby, for coming back to the channel. It's always a pleasure. Always a pleasure, my friend. So when you're working, and yeah, Lord Callum is a genius. He's brilliant at what he does. He's a great teacher because he teaches you in layman's terms. That's what this channel has always been about, trying to teach people ham radio in ways they can understand without getting too technical. I'm not that guy. I never will be that guy. I'm not that smart. So I'll just be honest with you. I'm not that smart. Conditions are great today, by the way. Really, make calls. I mean, look at the SFI. The SFI is 105, I think now. It was 106 earlier today. We're taking 105. Jeez, make your calls. They're out there. I mean, let me give you a quick look before we go a little further into this. I'd like to show you the current signals. Here's 15 meters right now in North America. Now, of course, this is the northwestern part of North America. Let's listen.
We've got some activity on our star, so let's see what happens. Thanks for the contact. I've got you logged in here on QRZ.com.
Okay.
I don't know if you do that kind of thing, but anyway.
So, you got your calls. You got plenty of SFI. You can make some great calls today. You really can. Now, a question came up from Andy in the UK, and I really want to get something real quick. Dad, my dad's here. Kilo November 6, India Ocean Papa. He wanted to come. He stayed, actually. My wife went to go pick up Bob, and he wanted to stay and watch the show, and I'm honored. Could you hand me the headphones real quick? The blue ones right over there, please. All right. Thank you. I cannot more highly recommend a good set of headphones if you're going to work a contest, because it's really hard to hear off a speaker, off a radio, than it is to hear off a set of headphones. It really is. Even if you decide to use the hand mic, and I'm trying to do this one-handed, bear with me. Even if you use the hand mic, but you listen with headphones, this is a tremendous advantage, because you'll hear the signals better because they're right there at your ear. It's so much better than using a speaker. And you don't have to use something expensive like Heil Pro 7s. You can use your regular earbuds or use what they called, use some Beat headphones or use Bose or whatever you have, but use some headphones because it'll help you hear better. You're going to miss calls that you may not miss. You don't miss them, I'm sorry, unless you got some headphones on. That'll help you. Headphones are like a godsend for contesters. It really is. That's why you see most people wearing them, and they'll have a foot switch and they'll have both hands free. It's important. Headphones will help you. Pile-ups. Well, bless your heart. Look at this. Nice. By the way, Ryan is here. Kilo Charlie 3 Delta Lima Lima. It's great to have you. Thanks, Ryan. That's a first timer. Welcome. Hi, Ryan. Look at this. How about that? Alex is here from Color Bay, Florida. Catch his show live here in about 2 hours or so. Whiskey 7 Hotel Uniform. He'll be visiting us live on November 6th. Alex, welcome back. It's good to see you, mate. Always a pleasure. It's a good one, right? Look at this. Swordfish Radio just managed to work the Falklands. That's an amazing call. Victor Papa 8 Lima Papa in the Falklands. Not bad. 10 watts. Congratulations. Brilliant. I know it's a lot of applause to do. Sorry. That's an amazing call. And we celebrate that stuff. Really do. By the way, I want to tell you one real quick that I got an email on yesterday. And I was really excited. I really was. This came from Thor. And, when I get stuff from people, it always makes me happy because, they're celebrating something. His call sign, by the way, is Thor is Kilo Zero Tango Juliet Tango. And I want to show this great, great message. He said, so excited. Look what I got in the mail today. Clean sweep on 40 and 20 meters. Just had to brag a little. Hope you are all well. Thor. I'm going to show you this. This is so sweet because, it's something he's proud of, and I'm grateful that he is because he should be. This is something really cool. He got the 13th annual 13 Colonies special event certificate for both 20 and 40 meters. That's Thor, Kilo Zero, Tango Juliet Tango. Congratulations, Thor. That is an amazing accomplishment. 2 bands. Yeah. Just beautiful. And, I'm trying to get it so it will give me the chance to save it in my, it's not going to do it. So I'll do it this way. Well, I don't want to do that because it'll give his phone number. Yeah, but nice certificate. This is a good time. You'll all get certificates for working it. Just log it. Know how to log it. As for pile-ups, work at your own pace, okay? If you don't hear the call sign, let the person know I didn't get the call. And some people are going to be impatient and they're going to stop working with you. That's contesters. But try and get everything you can. The best way to do it, in my opinion, if you're going to pounce, which is to basically, change frequencies and find people, have a good piece of paper and a pen that works and write down their call sign before you make the call. Know who they are before you make the call because you already will have them then. You just have to give them a signal report and your zone number and you're done. So if you're going to pounce on people, write down the call sign because you already are listening anyway. If you're going to run, if you're going to have a run, which means you're staying on the same frequency, work the pile up to your convenience, not theirs. You'll have people that'll jump in. You'll say QRZ. You may have 5 stations trying to call at the same time. If you can pick something out, pick out part of one call sign and say, Kilo 5 only, please. That's it. Kilo 5 only, please. Or you might pick up the suffix, Sierra X-ray Delta only, please. Okay. That tells the other stations, okay, stop transmitting. I'm just going to try this guy. And then they'll get a chance next time. Don't get nervous with it. Just relax. This is ham radio. This isn't life and death. It's silliness to think it's too much pressure. It should be fun if you're going to do this. And this is truly, I think, the biggest sideband contest of the year. I'd hoped to have the urban beam on the roof by now, but unfortunately it's not. That's life. But I'm going to run and I'll probably get 100 watts and I'll just try and maybe work one band. And that would be 20 meters just to say and have fun. Maybe 40, who knows? But it's fun. Work a pile up, pick the calls, write them down, or better yet, have your QRZ page open or N1MM open and type it out. You type it out, it's simple. You finish the call, 59, say you're zone 5, 595, thank you so much, QRZ. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November, or whatever your call sign is. Work the pile up your way. Because you got the signal, you got the station, you got the frequency. I mean, you have the frequency. Work it at your pace. And don't get frustrated if you make mistakes. We all make mistakes. I was telling my pop yesterday, because he was getting real frustrated trying to make CQ calls. Don't put so much pressure on yourself. It's supposed to be fun. Enjoy yourself. Same to you. Have fun with CQ Worldwide. If you have any more questions, I'll answer what I can. But I want you to know it's supposed to be fun. Write down the call sign of the station. If you don't hear it, ask them to repeat it phonetically, slowly, and they will do the best they can to help you. Okay? That's it. I want to say goodbye to Ali Salih Al-Shihi. I probably am saying this wrong. I'm going to try it. Al-Shihi. Ali Salih Al-Shili. Have a good day, all. 73. 73 to you. Thank you for making my day. Thank you. All right. We're going to close the show. CQ Worldwide starts, again, this weekend, and it's going to be packed. If you don't want to be contesting, go on the work bands. 17 meters would be my recommendation. Probably going to be pretty busy, too, if you think about it. So CQ Worldwide begins at 0000 Zulu, October 30th. And for newcomers, that means midnight in London. Okay? Midnight in London. Just transfer the time between where you're located and where London is, and you'll know what time to start. Okay? It ends on October 31st at 23:59. Take a look at the rules, know what category you want to go into, and have fun. Because that's why we do it. Ham radio. Best hobby I've ever had. By the way, we're here to help you to get an amateur radio. Try someone really fun like the Japan Amateur Radio League. They can be found at www.jarl.org. Hit the contact us bar. Let them know where you're at. They'll find a radio club near you. Then you contact that club. Let them know you're interested in ham radio. And they'll help you to get your license. Okay? You just contact that club. They'll contact you back. You've made a new friend. And who knows? You might just get yourself a ham radio license. Join us and that'd be fun. Until we meet again. Wherever you may be in this world, thank you for watching Ham Radio Live. Please subscribe. I don't make a penny off doing this. I just do it to give back. God bless you wherever you may be. And goodbye, everybody. Enjoy the sign-off. This is from San Francisco. It's in honor of my pop. That's where he lives, real close to this station. So I hope you enjoy it. It's a new one we haven't done from KRON San Francisco. Goodbye, everybody.
This concludes the broadcast day for KRON TV, Channel 4, San Francisco. KRON TV is owned and operated by the Chronicle Broadcasting Company with studios at Television Center and transmitter atop Mount Sutro. Good night.
want this car, you can get it. At Family Auto Mart, you got credit. At Family Auto Mart, you'll be pleased as punch. We're wheeling and dealing. You'll save a bunch.
Family Auto Mart, where the wheeling and dealing starts. Family Auto Mart, when you want a great to be smart.
Hey, hey, hey. Do I look slender?